Okay, so remember Proverbs 12 said that whoever hates correction is stupid in the first verse. Whoever hates correction is stupid. Now, this is an important theme, right? It says, what are you doing wrong? No matter how kind you are, what are you doing right and what are you doing wrong? Well, the kindness acts of the wicked are cruel, and the essence of wickedness is treating me out of my right to lead, whether you know that or not. So the kindness acts of all those outside the divine order are cruel. So obviously after I'm gone, it's only wickedness with no way back. It's the top layer of hell, and then people go to eternal punishment. Just because people find a way to make themselves feel better on the top layer of hell doesn't mean they're not going to suffer forever. They will. Proverbs 13. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes. Proverbs makes it clear that being some kind of clown, some kind of liar, some kind of deceiver, mocker, mock ritual, okay, mocking people unfairly is extremely detestable. Mockers are headed straight to hell. It's not cute. It's not funny. Okay? All those people do the satanic mock rituals, for example. They're just one dramatic and obvious point of reference. Everyone outside the divine order is a mocker. They're mocking God by saying na 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 na, that they think, that, and they're saying it, not me, that they're saying that they can do what they want to do and not have to obey God. Outrageous. 2, from the fruit of their lips people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. The unfaithful, those who are not faithful, say Roman bloodbath in the Colosseum, gladiators, boxing matches, fist fights over petty shit, in a bad mood, want to knock somebody out. Okay? Also, it's being part of the greater Western culture and all the cultures in the world who are mocking God and at times go to war. And at times there's domestic violence. Any violence in any form that occurs when you're outside of the divine order, you're partly drunk from it. Okay? Whoever does not gather with me scatters. One who slack in his work is brother to one who destroys. We'll get to that in Proverbs 18. All right. Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. Those who say, ew, he's a scrub. These days, because of what they're doing, I wear shoes that are a little bit dirty. I clean them all the time, but they're old and they have a certain dirty-ish look to them. Okay? I wear the same sweaters every day. I don't wear shirts at this time. Okay? At times I was wearing khakis with holes in them because they're doing things to prevent me from wearing new clothes because they're that petty. These are people who, when they looked at the story of Christ and putting the crown of thorns on his head and the red cape, okay, they did not realize that they were stupid for them to do that. That it was stupid whether you're a governing class guy trying to look better than everyone. That's retarded. If you're an arrogant governing class person, the last thing you and your offspring need is to sabotage the most righteous guy ever so you look better than him. That is very pitiful. That's being absorbed in your genes more and more every moment. All right. A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desire of the diligent are fully satisfied. The desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. Okay, so if you scramble to do the right thing, that which you desire, you'll get much more than that in the afterlife. There's a source for justice, just like the sun, right? As you go closer to the sun, it's hotter. Okay? The sun is the source of that heat and light. As you go closer to the source of justice, okay, the feeling of being right with justice increases. Okay, as I started doing martial arts when I was younger, I started, it came naturally to me to a certain degree because I'm from a long line of people who did war arts, and they certain body movements, what have you. Okay, as I started progressing in life, and I started doing martial arts my own way, it became more satisfying. I was a little bit close, far away, and I said, hey, this is kind of cool. It's like playing basketball. This is kind of cool. But as I went to what was truly resonating with my heart, my own martial arts system, I felt truly satisfied. Okay? And God is the source of that martial arts. All right. The righteous hate what is false, but the wicked make themselves a stench and bring shame on themselves. Now, the stench is spiritual. Are there a bunch of poor people who are more close to decent and righteous, who are homeless, than rich people? Yes. Okay, so we're obviously, right away we can say that whether or not someone hasn't taken a shower yet or whatever their issue is, okay, maybe they need to use better soap or whatever, okay, depending on what their issue is, okay, that's not the problem here. The stench is, they're a stench to God, a stench metaphorically speaking, okay? Remember, Proverbs 16:12, we'll get to that in a few chapters. Kings detest wrongdoing, for a throne is established in righteousness. New Living Translation, justice. Okay, so kings really detest what is false. And the righteous in general hate what is false. But the wicked make themselves a stench and bring shame on themselves. It is stupid to pretend that I'm not the top martial artist. It is stupid for attractive women to think that they should shun me. It is stupid for an attractive woman not to give her husband an ultimatum and say to him, either you obey God through him, or I'm going to divorce you and present myself to him, even before the divorce is finalized. It is stupid to not understand that. Okay, so all the people outside the divine order are making themselves a spiritual stench of themselves, and it's disgraceful, and they bring shame on themselves and their families. 6, righteousness guards a person of integrity, but wickedness overthrows a sinner. I went over this a little bit in the last chapter. Okay, if you're wicked, you've been overthrown by that wickedness. You are not a valid challenger. Okay? You can accept my challenge still, and I'm going to still beat you because no one's anywhere near as good as I am. Okay? But you're not a valid challenger. You can never truly win because you did not overcome the world. Jesus said to his followers, he said, take heart, for I have overcome the world. David and Goliath. Okay? Goliath said, whoever overcomes the other one, okay, his people will serve them. So when I overcame everybody, it was a sign from God. And I did it fair and square. That the world is supposed to be my servants. God gave the top martial artists dominion over the world. The devil said, no, we don't have to obey him. But infinity is infinity. This is your chance to prove the direction of your soul and where it's going to go evermore. When you rebel, you're going to be my servants, but you're going to suffer forever. That is the deal you have with the devil. For whatever little bitch shit in this world, in a life that's short, when you don't know when you're going to die, okay, imagine you're doing it for your family here. You're like, I have a family to feed, and they all die tomorrow in a car accident. How retarded was that decision? How retarded is it whether or not they die in a car accident? Because you don't know. And if you did, their soul should come before their flesh. Do you put their toenail clippings before their soul and flesh as well? All right. Remember, righteousness guards a person of integrity, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. One of my secrets, so to speak, not so much a secret, is righteousness. This is part of why the devil tries to lead people astray, and white people historically in this country are disproportionately into martial arts because other races couldn't afford it or weren't allowed to do it, what have you. Okay? Because they know the importance of it to a certain degree. Not enough to obey God through me, but they say, hey, this thing has some importance, so let's cheat everybody. Make it for privileged white people, and so on and so forth. Anyway, and token minorities. One person pretends to be rich yet has nothing. Another person pretends to be poor yet has great wealth. A person's riches may ransom their life, but the poor cannot respond to threatening rebukes. A person's spiritual riches may ransom them. If say, hey, you know what? I've done all this for the world, and I'm here to obey God through you. Okay, say I consider everything. I say, okay, that may help save your life. Okay, but somebody who has no riches, who has no intention to obey God through me, cannot respond to threatening rebukes of eternal punishment. Okay, does it say that people shouldn't rebuke them in a way that seems threatening to their soul? It says, you and your family are going to burn in hell. You say, that's a threat. Okay, you know what I'm saying? In that kind of sense. All right, 9. The light of the righteous shines brightly, but the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. Okay, spirit. If you're the walking dead, you think you have a chance against he whose light shines like brighter than the sun, so to speak, against he who is faster than the falcon, so to speak, God's speed, light speed, so to speak. No. We know because they don't have the heart to tell the truth about things, they don't have a chance against he who does. Okay? And you consider in my body structure and everything, it doesn't take a genius to see that I'm right. 10. Where there is strife, there is pride, but wisdom is found in those who take advice. Where people refuse to obey God through me. Right now, there's a struggle with me and the rest of the world. Okay, I'm saying obey God through me. They say no. I'm saying to attractive women, submit. I don't care if you work for the FBI. I don't care if you're the director of the FBI. If you're an attractive woman, okay, under the age of 50 or so, we'll say, what the hell? Yes, you should obey. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're the vice president. I don't care if you're a billionaire. You have lots of money to lose. So fucking what? Read the parable of the rich fool. What don't you get? How could you not understand that your soul is more important than all the money in the world? It's outrageous. Anyway, where was I? Here we go. Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. Okay? Your dishonest money, the parable of the rich fool. Okay? You can't take your money with you. It's going to leave. Okay? And you're going to have nothing. Even what you have will be taken away from you. Parable of the 10 minas. Okay? Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. And we're going to get to in another chapter, that heartache crushes the spirit. Are attractive women supposed to break my heart by not presenting themselves? By making it so I don't have a wife or a suitable helper? No. Are they supposed to decide on behind my back who they want me to date? No fucking way, not even close. Hell the fuck no. Fuck's wrong with you? The answer is no. You see what I'm saying? Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. So truly I tell you, attractive women commit crimes against God and humanity when they do not present themselves. And anyone who gets in the way is also guilty, and their parents that raised them wrong are also guilty. There's no excuse for it. The place they grew up in is almost certainly almost guilty. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child. Moving on. Whoever scorns instruction will pay for it, but whoever respects a command is rewarded. Where do you think the commands come from when a true throne, not a worldly throne, not the family of England, but the true throne, a divine throne, is established in righteousness and justice? God's commands coming through me. And God's saying, respect his command. If he wants an attractive women to submit to him, and he's the top martial artist ever, God's son, and this is the last time you could possibly be right with God, yes, you should fucking submit, you fucking idiots. Who among you thinks that's too harsh? The teaching of the wise is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death. My teaching is what turns you from the snares of death. If you're an attractive woman, what the fuck you think you need to do? Especially with all these gender-neutral women out there that don't look so attractive. What the hell do you think you need to do? And if you're like, well, I'm kind of gender-neutral, just present yourself no matter who the fuck you are. Okay, who you are, everyone submit. Especially attractive women. That's God's fucking orders. Okay? He said, but use the F word. I'm being fumed, genius. I can say what the fuck I want regardless. And I'm being fucking fumed and persecuted. And they're using technology to provoke me. Okay? What the fuck do you think? Can I say it that way? Yes. Can you second guess me? Fuck no. Like, I gotta explain this. I form a moral committee and you can say, hey, maybe reconsider this? Yes. But can you say, no, I don't like what he said? No. Anyway. Good judgment wins favor, but the way of the unfaithful leads to their destruction. Good judgment wins favor. Is it good judgment to not present yourself to me? Is it good judgment to shun me for the fucking most corrupt country in the world? If it wasn't before, it surely is now, as I am here, and they're ordering people to shun me. It doesn't get more corrupt than that. That's the essence of corruption. All who are prudent act with knowledge, but fools expose their folly. The true knowledge of God in the Royal African Falcon top martial arts order, my order. There will be no order among man in the flesh after I'm gone. There'll be no way to heaven. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a trustworthy envoy brings healing. Okay? Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored. So again, it's going on and on saying, listen to the fucking king. They're working their way up to say, honor the commands, listen to the commands, listen to the commands. Then we're going to get to Proverbs 16, where it says the throne is established through justice, which points right to me. I am the king. All right. Where are we here? Okay, I'm almost out of time. So, a longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but fools detest turning from evil. Okay, it will be sweet to the soul for women, attractive women, present themselves, and for me to choose one. Okay, but these dumb fools, like everyone else outside the divine order, detest turning from evil because they're punk-ass bitches. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Walk with the righteous. Obviously, the throne is also established in wisdom. Okay, obviously, they're saying, obey God through me, become wise. And if you don't, you suffer harm. You're a companion of fools. You're a dumbass. Trouble pursues the sinner, but the righteous are rewarded with good things. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Again, they're pointing to marriage and martial and marital and bridegroom and so on and so forth. An unplowed field, and among other things, right? An unplowed field produces food for the poor, but injustice sweeps it away. Whoever spares a rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. The righteous eat to the heart's content, but the stomach of the wicked goes hungry. Whoever does not say, fucking what's wrong with you people, obey this guy. Whatever father doesn't say that to their daughter, hates them. Only they who point to me so people can live a righteous life and save their soul, even if it kills them,